if you can't, when you're creating, you must also enjoy it. If you don't, then what? You change it how you like it.
I don't know. I don't know how to define all these matters. It's largely impulsive, isn't it? Before you start a love affair, do you structure the whole thing and decide exactly what you need or what she needs or what? You can't, can you? You're living in a cloud. So with a work of art, you don't even know it's there. Perhaps it isn't there. Often it isn't there. Bon, then it's failed. Then sometimes you just a little bit of somnambulism and sleepwalking, and you put your fingers out and you touch it. Then you grab hold of it and you say, hey, fancy seeing you. And from then on, the whole thing goes absolutely automatically.
But then if you take the tiger by the tail like that, then you have to hold on if you want to go with the tiger or be devoured by it.
I always have held on. It's all right.
You've held on.
Tigers give in finally. If you really care for them, they give in. Submission is the art. That's the hardest thing to learn.
What kind of submission are you talking about? What do you mean submission?
Well, I mean not trying to control or bully reality.
I mean like
Trying to drink it. Passive. But you have to change at some time in your life. For a long time you think, I live. And then you suddenly realize that it's not true, that it would be more truthful to say, I am lived by.
that is true.
An unknown factor.
In fact, there's probably more.
Now, what the hell that is, I don't know. And I don't want to be pretentious and pretend that I will know something about it, but I'm conscious of the fact that I'm a passive instrument.
So was Darley then?
Poor darling. Mr. Darling. He learned everything from the beginning. He had to find a woman to teach him. And look at the trouble he got into. Fatal. He should have stayed in base one and not left home.
Then you agree with Uspensky and Gurdjieff. Man is a machine and cannot ever do anything without tremendous struggle and sacrifice.
As Percival remarks somewhere, it hurts to realize, and that's the whole business. It's extremely painful, like catching your finger in a door. On the other hand, it's absolutely essential to do so, to evolve if you can, in this very brief period between life and death. See if you can't evolve a little bit. I don't recognize any obligation, you understand? I mean, you can just flop and become a vegetable if you want to. I don't think there's any moral. The criteria that I use are what is fruitful and what is unfruitful, not what is good and what is bad.
Right.
Fruitful gives you more pleasure, so it's extremely selfish being good. And being great and a saint like me is positively self-indulgent and should be reproached. Don't you agree? I mean, if you're perfect, it's immoral. Don't you find?
No, don't you understand?
Oh.
Why do you think I'm attracted to you? I'm looking for...
It's my perfection that attracts you?
Of course.
Oh, God, I thought it was my cooking. Mm. But if you're perfect, what will you do if you really become perfect?
Well, it probably is impossible.
Why?
Well, you're a god. At least you're closer to being a god.
Well, you're very near godliness. I believe I could worship you if you really forced me to. I think you're very godly.
I think you're using dialectics now.
It's a washing machine. Mm. Too much vinegar.
Too much vinegar. Oh, do you want some more oil?
No.
I wanted to ask you what you... I've never really talked to you about it before, what you think about this. Or how you see the future. Because your books are almost, they're about the then and the past, and they're different.
Well, there is no future, because I think we're going to, by accident, blow up the whole issue.
Yes, but if there's no future, doesn't that prevent man from even striving?
Not really, because the options are always open, right up to the last minute, the last drawn breath. The options are open, and miracles are absolutely available. They have to be wished for.
That's it.
Yeah.
But if there's no wish, how can one even begin to start creating the future?
The wish will come if it's got to. But I personally am rather pessimistic. I don't think we'll have the wish. I think we blow up this issue and start another, perhaps, with another kind. My God, this cheese is magniloquent.
Mm.
The most introspective cheese I've ever known. Mmm. It's wonderful. I think it's unhealthy to be always taking our own temperature. It's better to continue to go on living and taking each thing as it occurs. And limited in that way, you can do something with life. But if you insist on an answer to the whole of life forever and for all time, well, naturally, you get a dusty answer.
Friday, May 23rd. It's time for me to leave. I somehow feel lonely in this empty house. What did I come here for? The exhibition is settled. It was a pretext anyway. I came here to provoke Lawrence Durrell, and now I admire his patience.
But did you really come here to discover something? Or to tell me something?
Tomorrow we go to Sainte Marie de la Mer, where the Black Virgin of the Gypsies is taken to the sea. I won't be coming back to Sommières.
partiront en procession avec la célébrité.
Look, on that hill we met, and on this shoreline parted. The experts sailed off northwards with their spears, with the connivance of oracles to back them. I remained. Tears weigh little upon the hands, tears weigh less in the eye than seeds, shaken from the feverish totals blossoming on time's pronouncing tree. The seasons file their Sommieres, overheard by the echoes in the wells, overlooked by the mirrors shod in horn, copied by spies, interpreters, or witnesses. The augurs in the delta have not once foreseen this dust upon an aging eyeball, vitreous as sea-spun glass, the black sperm of winter sea we walk beside, the marble onanism of these nymphs.